Welcome to the Paranormal Sitdown, the show where we, Suffolk Spooks, discuss our 5 most recent investigations.
And I'm Suffolk Andy, and
I'm Suffolk Amy.
There you go.
Let's get into the spooks. So our first ever investigation was Borley Rectory, and the most haunted
place in Britain, so they say. What do you think the names?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I didn't feel much there at all, really. The back area was a bit dark, so it felt a bit like oppressive, but I think that was just kind of the lighting and.
Yeah, I think the whole place has been a little bit over-egged over the years, and I think when they in the 1930s, when I think it was Harry Price, owned the Rectory, I think he egged the place up to quite a high standard of ghosty, and I think that's sort of stuck. Now the place burnt down in the 30s, just before the Second World War. There's just a church left now, and I've been out there a dozen times now, and I just don't get it, really, not at all.
Yeah, no, I think the random booby bushes out the front are a bit creepy. They don't quite look right. And then we've got a sign on the front door saying that there are definitely no ghosts here, underlined all caps in bold. I think it's a bit. Yeah, it's sketchy to put that on there. I
would have to say, out of the 5 we're going to talk about, if we put them in order, this would be number 5 at the bottom.
I think the least,
Yeah, number 5 at the bottom. So yeah, on to the next.
Alright, our second investigation was All Saints Fenfield, which looks like it's straight out of Sleepy Hollow. And we did get some activity there. It was pretty good, yeah. Quite enjoyed it there.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we actually used the dowsing rods, and we were talking to what lady out there?
Sarah French. She was a housekeeper, I think,
right.
for the lady who was buried in the church.
Yeah. So I feel that we have to go back and speak more to her, because all the graves had been cleared and they'd been put in these long lines, and I feel that if we go back and we can connect with her again, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to locate whereabouts on the graveyard her actual grave is, using the dowsing rods or crystal. And I think we can actually find where her grave is, which would be a nice thing to do.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, I think she definitely wanted to speak to us more than she did.
Yeah. So there was water nearby as well, because there was a moat. There must have been an old moated manor house on that island, and the moat was around it. It's not no longer there anymore, but the moat is. So you've got the added energy of water, which can help. So yeah, I'll definitely go back to that one and have I did say at the time I would go back and talk to her, didn't I? I'd like to have another conversation with the woman. Our
third investigation was the Hotsfurred Gibbet, which has quite a gruesome story attached to it about an axe murderer.
Oh yeah, certainly, yes. He axed to death the local miller and his son, and he hanged them up on a hook in their bakery or mill, and hanged them up and left them hanging there. Yeah.
Nasty. And then what happened to him?
He was dragged up Drag Arse Hill. It's because he was dragged up on his arse, and they named it after that. And he was hung and left in chains in a gibbet for 41, 42 years. Yeah. And then taken down and buried in that area.
And then we tried to go and speak to him, which was an interesting situation. It is right in the middle of a load of woods, and it does feel like you're being looked at from every single angle, but I think woods kind of have that atmosphere anyway. I think at night it would be quite scary there to go there at night. I'm glad that we did it in the day.
Cold winter's night would probably be,
Yeah, really bad. It was my first time using dowsing rods, there, and that was quite interesting because I felt as if the other end of the dowsing rod was being held. I can put the clip in, but you can actually see that it's completely still, and it's as if someone's just holding the end of it, and it's so, I could feel that, and it was really strange. It was so odd.
Yeah.
It literally feels like someone's holding it to make it not move.
Yeah.
It's still like being, it feels like someone's holding the other end.
It's a funny atmosphere, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So I really enjoyed that. And then whenever we spoke about the spirit in question or whoever we were talking to, everything would go silent. It was so strange.
I think the actual story, because that was such a long while ago, I think the actual story is just factual. It's fact that he did kill the miller and his son and hung them up. There's no doubt about it. But I think there was more to the story, and I think because I provoked him a little bit in the investigation, but I then felt that there was a little bit more to it, and I think because we can't project back all that time, but I think the motive, I don't think he just hacked them up and hung them up for nothing. And I think there was a motive behind it, and I think there was either some sort of mental illness, or they were treating him so bad that he snapped and done it. And you've got to remember, it was a different time, a different era. Whatever people say, people were basically the same intellectually wise, but not how they thought about life. And I think he snapped, and they paid the price. Yeah, it would have been interesting to get some of those answers from him there, but we were kind of being, I think, toyed with a bit there. It was very elusive, that communication. So yeah, I felt at times he was not truthful. I think sometimes he tried to make out that he was a woman, and other times he was definitely the man who'd done the murder. Snell, is it?
Jonas Snell.
Jonas Snell. I think we had definitely had Jonas Snell, and I think he was a bit elusive, but in a funny way. It's a heinous crime, but I felt a bit sorry for him.
It was a horrible way to die.
Yeah,
that is.
I felt a bit sorry for him because I think there's more to the story than what we know today.
Yeah.
You know, whatever he'd done, he shouldn't have done it. That's wrong. But if those people were treating him cruelly or cheating him or anything like that, and I'm not saying they did. No. That's probably why he snapped.
There's usually a reason behind the murder. There's normally a motive. But yeah. We can't find out for certain because
history.
We can't time travel.
No.
But would you go back?
Oh yeah. I think it's another unfinished bit of business there.
All right. Our fourth investigation was St Mary's at Polstead, and there was also there's murder associated with this one as well, wasn't there?
It's the Red Barn murder.
Yeah.
From I don't know, nearly 200, 300 years, I don't know, 250 years. Yeah. William Corder killed his lover and buried her in the Red Barn, which is no longer there, but his house is where he lived with his parents, and he murdered his lover and stuck her in the barn. What was her name?
Maria Martin, and there was a plaque for her at Polstead at St Mary's.
Yeah, because her grave, you can't find her grave because so many people over the years turned up and took souvenirs off it and cracked the headstone, I should imagine. That's no secret, but we did have a little idea from where it was, where the plaque is on the wall. It's just down on the side down there. So yeah, you can find it if you know where you're looking.
Yeah. So we went there originally looking to communicate with Maria, but we found something altogether different than that.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot inside the church. She had really good results with the crystal. Yeah. Really good there. You communicated with her, was it?
Well, it could have been a Mary because I actually opened up the spirit and I got the word Mary. But when I came out and I said to you, we're talking to a Mary, we have got that little woman's laugh, saying, ha 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 ha, Molly.
Molly,
So
yeah.
it could be a Molly. So this is another case where we could go back
Mm-hmm.
and see if we can sort out Mary or Molly. If I went in there again, I'd go in with the pair
Yeah.
and see which one would answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a very strange recording, because that was when we weren't using the cameras, but I'd left my phone on, and it gave me the chills because it's in my voice. It sounds like I'm saying Molly, but I know I didn't say
No,
that
you
because
didn't
I was
say
there at the time, and I remember just kind of going like, oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Because you were talking to me about the bell going off,
Yeah.
and yeah, I know what I said, and it definitely wasn't that. And we've come across sort of doppelganger voices before in EVPs.
Oh yeah, that's quite possible.
It's really creepy when that happens, because you know you didn't say those things.
Did the bell go off? I went, is your name Mary? And does it start with an A or Aston? And fucking go off. Yeah? Yeah? I've got that name, and I'll tell you what, I actually... Yeah? Yeah? I've got that name, and I'll tell you what, I actually... Yeah? I've got that name, and I'll tell you what, I actually... Yeah, so that was quite an interesting investigation. We had to put up with a lot of bad weather that day, a lot of rain, stuff,
and ramblers coming and
ramblers.
sheltering with us.
We go to all these obscure places, and all we do is land up with loads of people.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is.
It's a skill we've got.
It's a very, very congested world.
So our final one, the fifth and final one of this video, is St John's at Stanton.
Now you're talking.
St John's.
Now you're
Oh
talking.
boy.
Oh boy. Yes. Right, where do we begin with this one, Amy?
Well, I think, it's probably good to start with the fact that we both have personal attachments to the place. Like, we've both experienced things there before even going to do this investigation. We both didn't like it.
No.
You've done a couple of videos on it, I think, on
I
something.
have. I think I've done 2 on the Suffolk Handy motorbike channel, and this one as well. I think I've done one right from the start, 5-6 years ago, and then I went back about 4 years ago, and then we went back because of you.
Yeah.
Because we were going to Landguard Fort, and you said that was closed because of, was that Corona? Or was it just for that season?
Out of season.
Out of season, wasn't it? Yeah. So we went to St John's instead. So what do you think about St John's then, girl?
Okay, so St John's, I hate celery. It's the worst food in the world. St John's is the celery of paranormal investigations to me. That whole place is so... it's just got such an eerie feel to it. But there was one kind of pocket of light in there, and that was a specific spirit called Robert that we found in there. We communicated with him, and
he's buried actually in the church.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
He feels a very positive spirit to me, and he wants to leave,
He does.
but he can't
No.
because of another spirit that we encountered. There's so many spirits. We encountered another, I would say definitely negative one. I didn't feel good about that one at all. There's a spirit that guards a portal in a doorway that I managed to feel because I felt like I wanted to jump on the ground, and it was such a weird instinct. I just wanted to jump. It felt like spongy, and it's a weird feeling, but I stood there and I knew something was wrong with that area, and it led me with the dowsing rods over to that specific portal. It's interesting that they're both aware of each other as well. They're two spirits that are aware of each other's presence.
Yeah. And we can't talk about it too much, but even at Little Wenham,
Yes. Yeah.
we noticed that there was interaction with spirits, which is something we're going to have to look into a little bit more in the future, because I would like to know myself if they're haunting a certain area, is that interaction. It might not be talking to each other, because I don't think they talk anyway, but is that interaction. But anyway, that's another subject for later.
Yeah.
There's definitely a presence there of, I'm not going to say evil, but there's a dominant spirit there that's holding multiple spirits from crossing over. and he's situated in the portal, which is by the door, which Amy picked out and I went over as well. I was going to try and put Robert over that day, but I just felt that this spirit in the doorway was a little bit strong. But I did say I'd come back with some other people and do it. With all this corona stuff and everything at the moment, that's not been possible. So if it actually comes down to it, I'm going to do it myself. And we will make a recording of that. I'm not going to say that I'll show the whole part of it, but we will do a little thing on that. And hopefully I will do that because I did promise Robert in the spring.
Yeah.
And I haven't been back because of all the activity with the coronavirus. But before the end of this summer, before the end of September, I will go back. If I can't get other people to help me, I will go back and I will send him over and I will challenge the other dominant spirit outright. I'll film that, okay?
Yeah,
so all I can say on that
tell
one,
them what for.
I will have a right go and
Yeah.
and have a battle with him over it.
Yeah, Robert deserves to.
Yeah, he needs to
be
go.
at peace.
Yeah.
Because he's been.
Well, he must have
kept
family over there and that and want to be with them, and he's being held back. He just needs the help. He just needs a little helping hand to get him past the dominant spirit.
I can't imagine a worse fate than being stuck there.
No.
I can't, honestly.
So we can both agree that Stanton is our least favourite place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Still work to be done there as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
That's
ready
the five.
Ready to rank them?
Oh, crikey.
St. John's.
Oh, St. John's is definitely the top one in mine.
There's no.
So it's St.
Yeah.
John's, Polstead, the other
Crowfield.
two, Crowfield, and
Then Polstead. Then.
yeah, I think Polstead is a little bit more than.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think Polstead a little bit more than Crowfield. Crowfield would be fourth, and Borley would be.
Borley's last,
five.
yeah, which is, that's quite a statement, I think, given its status, but I didn't feel
think
it.
that's right.
So, with this little series that we're going to be doing, sort of talking about each 5 investigations that we do, we've got a little extra something called the biggest spook and the biggest goof.
Okay,
Yep.
this is new to me. Yeah, this is all Amy.
didn't know about
I
this.
didn't know it. This is all Amy's doing.
Yeah.
She's the driver behind the bloody steering wheel.
So the biggest spook is, out of all the 5, what was the one thing that you would say was the thing that gave you like the most chills, or the most sort of like, wow, that was paranormal?
Going back to Stanton, I would say that dominant spirit in that doorway is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, so I'd have to say that.
Yeah, speaking to that one.
Yeah.
For me, it was the rod being held on the other end at the Hotsfurred Gibbet, because I've never felt something so actually physical before. It genuinely felt like I would see somebody's hand holding the end of it. Like I couldn't even like move it. It was so stuck. So yeah, that one was creepy for me, definitely. Then we've got biggest goof. So that's anything that sort of went unexpected or was quite unintentionally funny.
I forget. I go on these investigations, I even forget what the name of the ghost box is. Right, we're going to start the investigation now with the... I can't really say, Amy, I really can't.
Okay, I've got
Go
one.
on then.
I've got one.
You never.
I think you would agree with this one. Was when we were filming the introduction for the history of Crowfield, and you were standing on that tree stump beside me, and it crumbled.
Yeah,
you fell. All right, so some of the oldest.
Just disappeared.
I just looked and you weren't even next to me anymore. I was like, what happened to you?
Sounds a bit right for me anyway, because I am like Captain fucking Clammy.
With all of that done, our newest investigation is at Tibbetshire, which will begin our next 5 that we will discuss in this next section of this series. So thank you all so much for watching the Paranormal Sitdown. We've had quite great reception, I think, on the channel. It's quite nice to see you all enjoying it.
I think it's doing what we wanted. So I'd say just go out there, have some fun, You know, you've not got to be that worried about anything.
Yeah.
Anything makes you feel uncomfortable or you feel spooked, you pack up and you walk away. As easy as that. You know.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So if you like our videos and you like the new channel, make sure that you are subscribed. If you like the video as well, it helps us to know that you've enjoyed it. And any questions you might have, anything you want us to know, or even just tell us that you enjoyed it, comment down below, let us know. And also the Trixie notification bell is a little bit of a thing. So next to the subscribe, if you click that little notification bell, and then I think you have to click like notify about uploads or something, and you should get it in your subscriptions in your YouTube. Should. Yeah. You might not, but okay.
YouTube's a bit of a lord itself at the moment. Yeah.
So yeah, with that, we will see you in our next investigation.
Yes.
So stay spooky, everyone. Stay safe. Try and stay positive, and we will see you then.
Bye.